Kayima is a pretty remote place. It's located in Sierra Leone, a country which is about the size of Scotland or South Carolina. Kayima is right up in the far northeast of the country. It's not a big place. It's probably, I would guess, about 3,000 people. But it's significant because it is the chiefdom capital of Sandor Chiefdom, the second largest chiefdom in Sierra Leone. It's a poor town. 90% of the people that live in Kayima work in the surrounding area in the farms. They're predominantly rice farmers. This might seem a bit unusual, but in that western part of West Africa, rice is the staple crop. And they grow it mainly on uplands. It's rain-fed rice production, and the production cycle runs from round about January or February when they clear the farms to October, November when they're harvesting the rice. My name is Tony Binns. I'm currently, and since 2004, Ron Lister Professor of Geography at the University of Otago in Dunedin, South Island of New Zealand. My research in Kayima, I say, goes back 40 years to when I did my PhD there. What I was basically looking at was this interrelationship between farming and diamond mining, and some of the positive effects that diamond mining was having on the rural community. In terms of my personal links with Kayima, these largely developed through my links with Bundaka Monde, who is the young guy I took to school back in 1974, and I've followed his life and career ever since. But there were other people in the community that I maintain links with. When I go back to Kayima today, there are faces I remember from 40 years ago. My research, I'm still very much interested in the interface between mining, farming and rural development. And from my investigations, this seems to be still a very highly relevant topic. Although there's been a civil war and 40 years have intervened, not a lot has changed, actually. I think as a form of recognition of my 40 years in visiting Kayima, the local chiefs decided to bestow on me an honorary title, chief title. And towards the end of January, I had to go to Kayima for a 3-day ceremony. The whole process was really very humbling, particularly my welcoming into Kayima, where there were 600 or 700 people waiting to meet me on the way into Kayima. And the title they gave me was, well, 2 titles. These people are from the Kono tribe, and the Kono tribe named their boys. The first boy is Sa, it goes Sa Ea Tamba. So they've called me Sa Kayima, which is the first son of Kayima. And the second title is Chief Manjawa of Sando. Sando is the chiefdom in which Kayima is the chiefdom capital, and Manjawa means master farmer. Now, this is really, quite significant, given that 90% of the population are farmers anyway, and the respect given to a so-called master farmer is really quite significant in such a community. My key responsibility, as I see, is to try and raise some funds to support basic education in Kayima. But of course I'll take an ongoing interest in the farming and the rural development of the town, which is still very much in a sort of post-conflict development phase. It's only 12 years since the end of the war, and these people are still getting back onto their feet. There's still a long way to go, and Sierra Leone generally, is in the bottom 10 countries in the world in terms of Human Development Index. There's still a long way to go. So in the future, I look forward to actually monitoring and hopefully helping with community development in Kayima.